episode of Talk Lavish. I'm your co-host, Pam.
I'm Denise.
And I'm Lila.
And we have a very special guest in the hot seat joining us today, all the way from the East Coast. He is a independent music artist. He is a historian, a genealogist, and a world traveler who has traveled 70 countries. And I don't think he's stopping anytime soon. Please welcome Mr. Taye. How you doing?
Mr. Taye.
All is well, Queens. Thank you so much for inviting me on the platform. I truly appreciate y'all. It's an honor.
Thank you. Thank you. Before we even get into it, let me just say respectfully now, since the beginning, when we first connected, we were able to set this whole thing up. Every single message that we went back and forth with started and began with Queen. And I just want to say, you know what, even though we hear that, we don't hear it too often. And that is something that I respect from men like you. And I just want to say thank you so much. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
It's a different. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. That says a lot about you, it says a lot about your character and your values, and so I really do appreciate it. Thank you, my brother.
Right, especially this day and age, you don't get that very often. And dudes that do be like, "Hey, Queen," it's usually they're asking for something. It's not just really just genuine, like my sister, my brother, like that. That type of etiquette it has gone on and gone, back in the 80s. And then for someone in your stature in this time frame still do that, that's beautiful.
Yeah, keep the habit. I'm gonna get right into it. So you're from Cleveland, Ohio, born and raised?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. So you just released your book. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this right here. Okay.
Right. Thank you again.
What's the inspiration? What caused you to be like, I'm going to write a book about my family, somebody very important that you didn't know very much about, but he spoke to you to want to write his message.
Oh yeah, I had heard so much about my uncle growing up. My mom used to always keep his name and his memory alive. I heard a lot of amazing things about him, and I didn't know if they were all true or not. So then once I started doing the research, that propelled me to want to learn more and more about him. And as I connected with some of his friends, some of his comrades, and it was like, you know what, we think you should be the one to write the book. So that's kind of how I got started on that journey, for sure.
Okay. So the title of the book is The Afro Set. So where could we buy this book if we wanted to get it?
I got a website, campcleveland.org.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on Facebook, Camp Cleveland, YouTube, Camp Cleveland, IG, Camp Cleveland.
Camp Cleveland.
That's right. And so this is your first book that you actually released, right? Or this is even multiple? There's more that we're not sure about.
This is my first book.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. That's good.
Congrats. It's good. It's awesome. So it's inspiring to see that you're dropping so many gems of knowledge on Americans and people all over the world, who are eager to learn about, much more about their African roots. How many languages do you know how to speak?
Right now, I know English for sure, a little Portuguese, that's what they speak out here. I had studied abroad in Brazil, so I was able to pick up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I know a little bit of Spanish. I studied abroad in Dominican Republic, so I learned a little bit out there. I've been trying to learn a little French online, so I'm gonna try to pick up a few African languages as well.
Oh, that's dope.
That's good. That's good. That's good. All right. And so, having been seeing all these countries and things of that nature, is there any one that was your particular one that caught your fancy that you would go all the time? This is the place I want to be that inspires me.
Man, that's hard to choose. Africa is my favorite place for sure, but Africa is so diverse. It's the most genetically diverse continent in the world. Africa has more countries than any other continent. So it's like, imagine going from New York to LA to Mexico to Jamaica to Haiti to Guatemala. All of these places are North America, but they totally different. You know what I'm saying? The weather is different. The food is different. The people look different. So Africa is 10 times more diverse than that. Once you go from Egypt to Ghana to South Africa, and so forth like that.
Right. And just hearing that, it's kind of surprising because how, media portrays Africa, it's seen in such a negative light sometimes. It's just like it's poor, it's undeserving type of place to go. And for you to say like it has all these countries and all these things, I mean, you don't think that those things don't come to mind when you say those things. It's kind of like, well, okay, now so with that being said, what are like hot spots that you should go visit Africa if you know?
Want a vacation?
Oh man, South Africa is nice. Cabo Verde is nice. Madagascar, Egypt is amazing.
So was there bugs? I'm sorry.
Senegal is nice. There's so many. Huh? What'd you say?
I said, was there big bugs? Was there ever bugs ever an issue? Just wanted to know, was bugs ever an issue?
Yeah, the bugs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's definitely some bugs out here. But they got like 5-star resort type hotels and stuff where you won't see the bugs if you just want to be secluded. You know what I'm saying? But Africa has so much to offer.
I would want to see all of them.
I don't want to see that part. like I don't. I think aphid camel spiders and stuff like that. I don't know. Little bugs. But I would like to see the wonders of everything. Yeah, that'd be beautiful. Really nice. Yeah.
I have a question. It seems like you travel a lot of different places, a lot of different countries. Where are you going next?
Well, I'm gonna be in Cape Verde for about 3 months. I have a visa, so I can stay up to 90 days, and then I have a tour in September. I have a group tour. I take groups to different countries in Africa, and then in December we're going to Ghana. I have a group for Afro Set, so I'll probably be in Ghana for 90 days. I may in between. I may come back for Turkey Day and then go back in December to Ghana.
Come back to eat.
That's good. I have one quick question.
Yeah,
I have one quick question to ask too. I'm just going to ask this question. So as you know, we're we're missing another co-host, but we're gonna represent for her while she's gone. But we're actually a 4-woman podcast, and so with that being said, even though we support the men too, we support the brothers, but the heart and soul of our foundation is women. Okay, and I'm not sure. I don't want to get too much in politics, but I'm sure you know about what's going on in Afghanistan and a lot of the crazy stuff, right? It's unfortunate, but out there, women, of course, have never really had a voice. You don't really see women in high rankings of power. Women, they weren't able to be educated. And if I lived there as a woman and I had to do something simple as going to the grocery store, I couldn't even have I had to have a man counterpart with me. If not, it's going to be some problems. You know what I mean? So with that being said, in the countries that you have visited and, have stayed and lived, do women have a voice there? Do you see women in high ranking positions of power, parliament, or not too often?
It depends on the country. You know what I'm saying? Africa got women billionaires. They got African women as leaders of countries. I think Liberia, Rwanda, they got and also Angola, they've had presidents that was women. So they have a lot of political power, but it would depend on the country again.
Okay. Yeah.
That's good.
Say that again.
That's good. Yeah. So basically the information is out there for women that are in power overall, because you don't really see that type of news input for America. You know what I mean? Again, like I said, that the whole outlook for Africa is in a negative. It's very negative. So for you to even say that again, it's very inspiring. Wow,
that's good.
That's crazy. It's good. Yeah.
Most definitely. I think Tanzania as well, because their president just died. So I think that that country is being led by a woman now. So there's a lot of positives. There's a lot of pros and cons. But I think if you actually do the research outside of what you are consistently showed in the media, you'll find out there's dozens of African countries that are far safer. You know what I'm saying? Better quality of life. More people have more rights. It's less gun violence, less mass shootings, less violent crime, and lower cost of living, and definitely a lot less racial oppression for sure.
Yes, most definitely. Yes. Okay, cool.
Just one quick question I have as well, going back to the book, the Afro Set, and the inspiration that came about again about your uncle. Can we dive back into that? Do you feel like that you are now doing the same thing, continuing his legacy by continuing educating people and just letting people know about basically the history that, you know, another spoken word or another outlook of someone's history of how they were there with you, in a sense, you know, back in the day.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's been a very empowering journey for me. History is just as important to a human as water and air and everything else. You know what I'm saying? So the work that my uncle is doing is the same work that my great grandfather was doing in the 1920s, 100 years ago. So this is something that runs in my family. So I've been able to use it to not only empower myself, but also educate others as well. The Afro Set, this organization was at the forefront of introducing Black Americans in the city of Cleveland to African history, African language, African culture, African fashion, African music, African spirituality. So by me, you know, taking groups to different parts of Africa, making positive posts, creating positive content, you know, I am able to do some of the things that my uncle was doing and a little bit more because I have, you know, the internet and things like that.
What can you say that really differentiate Afro Set from the Black Panthers?
They came out around about the same time. They had the same objective, but they had different methods. So the thing with the Black Panthers is this: the Black Panthers were more. If you've seen the movie The Judas and the Black Messiah, the Black Panthers will work with the Asians, they will work with the Puerto Ricans, they will work with the whites. They was trying to organize amongst different groups of people, where the Afro Set was more African centered. They was just strictly about working with Black people. So a lot of the Black Panthers, they kept their names like Fred Hampton, Huey Newton, Bobby Seale, Eldridge Cleaver, but the people in my uncle's organization, they would take African names. And, you know, it was just things like that, just trying to get Black people to establish something for themselves first and foremost. And then we can help and reach out to other people.
Basically take care of your own first. Yeah, I respect that. That's good. That's good. I'm gonna go on to the next question. My next question is you do it all. I mean, you a historian, you a genealogist, you an archivist, you an independent music artist. So let's talk about the music, okay? And the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Hey, I'll be in too. I'm listening though. That's one of my favorites, by the way. But before I even get into it, can we expect, I mean, I know you mentioned that you've worked with a few artists overseas out there in Africa. Can we expect any more, you're gonna be dropping some more gems, or what's happening?
Yeah, definitely for 2022. I've been doing a lot of writing. I've been able to take advantage of the pandemic as far as being an artist. When the pandemic first started, I was living in South Africa. So I was living in the city of Johannesburg. I was staying in an art district called Maboneng. And it's a real unique place. If you ever visit South Africa, you should go. It's where all of the artists in the city, they come to showcase their talent. So you see drummers, you see singers, producers, fashion designers, painters, photographers. You know, a lot of people frequent and live in this area. So although everything was locked down, I was still able to write. I was still able to record. I was still able to shoot music videos because a lot of these people lived in my building, you know, and then just going outside every day, I was inspired by the artwork that was throughout my community, you know, seeing powerful images of people like Marcus Garvey and Nelson Mandela, Sada Shakur, Rosa Parks, and things like that. So this has been a time of inspiration for me in terms of, you know, writing and creating more music. So definitely next year for sure.
Okay. I really do look forward to it. I really look forward to it. Africa has always been on my bucket list, you know, despite, you know, I know there's always been more to what, you know, the US journalism has lied to us over the years about Africa. You know what I mean? I mean, just think about it. Look, I'm just keep real with you real quick. Okay. On our side, which is in America, do y'all ever see any positive things about Africa?
Not really.
You know what I see? You know, I'm gonna keep 100. You can donate 10 cents a day. Don't wait another minute. And that's unfortunate you see that, you know, but so I gotta take my hat off to you. I gotta salute you 100% because you bringing, you dropping gems of knowledge, and you letting everybody know it's so much more to it than what we've been told all this whole time. So I really do appreciate you. I really do appreciate you. You know, like I said, Africa has been on my bucket list since forever. But so can you operate and pretty much regulate a travel business? Can you talk to us more about that so we could put that in our description box and tell everybody, you know, how to get how can we take some, how can we actually get on some trips so we can go see Africa? Like, what we got to do?
You know, where are most, you know, appreciated if through other 70 countries, you know, because and there's no bugs.
He says South Africa.
Yeah,
Good place to visit.
South Africa?
South Africa.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Right now we have 7 tours to Africa. We go to South Africa, we go to Kenya, we go to Ghana, we go to Ethiopia, we go to Senegal, Cape Verde, Egypt. So that's about 7. But we'll be adding more tours: Tanzania, Madagascar, Namibia, and places like that. So, like I was saying earlier, Africa is real diverse. So if you're interested in that ancient African history, 5,000, 2,000, 3,000 years ago, you might want to go to Egypt. We go to the Valley of the Kings, the Valley of the Queens, Hatshepsut's Temple, the Red Pyramid, the Bent Pyramid, the Step Pyramid, the Temple of Luxor, the Temple of Karnak. And, you know, you can see all of these images of great Black, you know, Africans, people with afros, people with braids, people with dark skin, because, you know, living in America, we only see non-Black people in places like Egypt. But then we have a tour to Ghana as well for people who want to reconnect with that lost history during the transatlantic slave trade. We go to the slave dungeons, the slave castles, the ports, the door of no return. Wow. We learn about the Shanti people. We learn about the Adinkra printing, you know, and different things like that. We learn about the wars and the battles that many Africans fought to end slavery, you know, to keep us from getting traded overseas, because we don't learn about those things. Mm-hmm. So the purpose of the tours is basically to clear up a lot of misconceptions. Like you mentioned earlier, we don't see a lot of modern technology, but in Africa, places like South Africa, they have MTV, they have BET, you see Benzes, you see BMWs, you see Bentleys, you know, you see people wearing Jordans and people with iPhones. And, you know, just different things like that. So my tours, I've taken middle school students, I've taken high school students, college students, young adults, elders. The tours are all year round. You can do a payment plan. You can do one country, you could do multiple countries, you could do a week, you could do 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks. You could do a payment plan, like I said, and it includes the hotel, round trip flight from a destination city. So we usually meet up and leave from the East Coast, so maybe like New York or Washington, D.C. or Baltimore. And it includes all of the activities, the things I named. So if we ride the camels, if we go to the museum, if we ride on the mountain, you know, everything is covered with.
I'm ready to ride some camels, but don't they spit on you though? I'm just saying, I've heard that they do spit on you, just in case, you know.
Right, I've never seen it before.
Oh.
That's like, I'm gonna go to Africa, like straight up. Like
I want to see it for myself and judge it for myself. Like this is my own experience that I can say for myself that I experienced it. I know what it is now. When I see it, like that's some bull.
Yeah, most definitely. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna put all that information in the description box below, so that way, if you want to participate, ladies and gentlemen, and you want to go out there, you know, and have your world rocked, you can go out there to Africa and experience the real deal. Okay. Mm-hmm. So it was awesome meeting with you. It was truly an honor. And I wish you the best. You know that all of your studies and your hard work and just following the legacy of your uncle, one day there's gonna be another Taye.
Yeah.
That's gonna basically your studies and your hard work and all of your footwork will be the blueprint to help that person continue and keep on their legacy. You do know that, right?
Yeah.
So that's huge.
That's beautiful.
That's huge.
Thanks.
So I wish you the best. I wish you the best. And you know what? You were just so humble. And like I said, I respect men 100%. I respect men who respect women. Period.
Yeah.
Period.
Done.
So I just want to say, keep that habit, and just I see so much wonderful things from you, and I can't wait to see so much more. So please come back and connect with us next time.
Oh yeah. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. I'm loving the show. Y'all had some great guests on there thus far, so y'all definitely reaching a lot of people for sure.
For sure, for sure. All right, my brother, you take care. Until next time.
All right, peace.
All right,
Bye.
bye.